I am 78 years old. I live alone. And every night before I fall asleep, I think the same thing. If something happens to me tonight, no one will know. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of falling in the bathroom and having my dog as the only witness. And that when they finally find me, he'll still be there, waiting for me. That is what it means to live alone at my age. That fear is the one nobody talks about. And today, I'm going to say it out loud. My name is Earl Hutchins, and I live in space, number 14, at the Sunset Pines Mobile Home Park, Tennessee. I don't have much. I live in a 1987 trailer with crooked blinds, a leaky garden hose, and an oak tree leaning over the roof. But it's mine. Or at least it feels like mine after 22 years of living here. And this morning, like every morning, I woke up alone, but it wasn't always like that. There was a time when this same space had life. Sandra, my wife, would get up before me, always before me. And when I opened my eyes, the smell of coffee was already there, along with that butter she put in the pan, even though the doctor told her not to. She used to say, "Earl, if I can't eat what I like, then what's the point of living so long?" And she'd laugh. God, how she laughed. I lost her in the winter of 2019, a Tuesday. I met Sandra in 1971. I was 24, she was 21. She worked at the pharmacy on Main Street, putting labels on bottles with a focus so intense it looked like she was deciphering the universe. I asked her for an aspirin I didn't need. She sold it to me without looking me in the eyes. I came back the next day, this time for cough syrup. She didn't look at me then either. The third time, she looked up and said, "What's wrong with you now?" I told her nothing, that I just wanted to talk to her. And she laughed for the first time, and I knew right then that I was lost. We got married in '74 in a small church with 40 people. Her mother cried the whole time. Mine too. I tried not to. I didn't manage it. We had Tommy in '76, Karen in '79. There were hard years, many of them. The overnight shift at Bridgestone paid decent enough, but there was never anything left over. There were Decembers when the gifts were few and wrapped with care. But Sandra had that gift, the gift of making a little feel like enough. She'd put candles on the table, even on a Tuesday. She cooked like she was always expecting company. And when I came home tired and quiet after the shift, she never asked me anything. She just set the plate in front of me and sit down beside me. That was all. And it was all I needed. We have 2 children. Well, had. Tommy lives in Phoenix, works in something with computers. Honestly, I never quite understood what, but he does well. I know because he always mentions it when he calls, and he calls every now and then. At Christmas, on my birthday, if he doesn't forget. And every once in a while, when he feels guilty, I suppose. I don't say this with bitterness. I say it because it's the truth. And at this age, I'd rather have the truth than a comforting lie. My daughter Karen lives in Oregon with her husband and 3 children, my grandchildren. I see them in photos on my phone. Photos Karen sends me every now and then with a message that says they say, "Hi, Dad." And I reply with a little heart because I don't know what else to say. The thing about children is that you raise them thinking the whole job is to make them independent. And you do it. And then one day you wake up and realize you did it too well. They left. They built their own world. They have their own problems, their own bills, their own children who need them, and there you are, in the same place as always, but without the noise. I don't resent them. I truly don't. But I do wish someone had warned me that this is how it works, that the success of being a father sometimes feels like a gentle way of ending up alone. Here in the park, there are about 40 families, or what's left of families, because many of us are like me, old, alone, still. There's Doris in space 7. She's 81. She lost her husband 3 years ago and now has 2 cats named Walter and President. I don't know why, President. I never ask. But every morning, Doris comes out to her porch with a cup of tea, and we wave to each other from our doorways. That's community now. A wave at 7 in the morning. And I swear that some days, that wave is the only thing that reminds me I still exist. There's also Gene, space 22, 74 years old, ex-Marine, 2 surgeries on his knees. He goes out for a walk every day, even when it hurts. He tells me the pain is what lets him know he's still alive. I understand him perfectly. My dog's name is Rudy, a mutt, old like me. He has gray patches on his muzzle. They weren't there before. There are nights when I can't sleep and I just lie there listening to the silence of the trailer. And Rudy climbs onto the bed and rests his head on my chest like he's telling me, "Hey, I'm still here." I scratch his ears and say, "You and me, boy, you and me." And that has to be enough, because it's what there is. I picked him up from the shelter 8 years ago. Sandra loved him more than I did at first. She used to say he had the face of a worried person, and she was right. He's always had that look, like someone thinking about something he can't say. When Sandra died, Rudy went 3 days without eating. He would stand at the bedroom doorway, looking in, waiting. I understood him. I was doing the same thing. You know what the fear is that nobody mentions? It's not dying. Dying, I've already made my peace with. 78 years gives you time to settle that. The fear is something else. It's falling in the bathroom and Rudy being the only one who knows. It's 3 days passing and the world not noticing until someone sees I haven't taken the newspaper off the porch. That's why I keep my phone in my pants pocket at all times, even to go to the bathroom, even to get the mail, even when I'm just walking from the bed to the kitchen. That's not paranoia. That's living alone at 78. And it's something nobody teaches you when you're young. I remember when I was 35, I worked at the Bridgestone factory, the overnight shift. I'd come home with numb fingers and smelling like rubber, and Sandra had dinner ready even though it was 1 in the morning. I'd tell her, "You didn't have to wait up." And she'd say, "I know, but I wanted to." She wanted to. That wanted to was worth more than anything I could have ever bought her. And I didn't fully appreciate it, not until she was gone. That's another thing nobody tells you when you're young, that someone's presence feels eternal until the day it isn't. So if you have someone at home, listen to me. Appreciate the noise, appreciate the interruptions, appreciate the mess, because the silence that comes after lasts much longer. There's something that happens when you get old that nobody mentions either. You become invisible. Not overnight, but it happens. Stores don't see you. Restaurants are slower to serve you. People on the street move around you like you're an obstacle instead of a person. One Sunday, 2 months ago, I went to the Walmart in town just to buy soup and bread. I was there about 40 minutes at the register. The young woman who rang me up said, "How are you doing today?" Just that. Just a cashier's question. And I had to stop myself from telling her, "Thank you." I hadn't had anyone speak to me in 3 days. 3 days. Without a human voice directed at me. Just the television, just Rudy. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there are thousands like me in parks like this one, in small apartments, in houses that used to feel full and now feel enormous. The lesson I learned too late is that loneliness doesn't arrive all at once. It comes little by little, like water seeping through a crack. First, the children leave, which is right, which is what they're supposed to do. You raised them for that. Then you retire, and with a job go the coworkers, the ones you thought were friends and it turns out were colleagues, which is different. Then your partner dies, and with her goes the witness to your life, the only one who knew everything, the one who remembered the honeymoon trip, the names of the old neighbors, what you were like at 20, and suddenly you're there alone, carrying all of that history, and there's no one to tell it to. That's what hurts, not the death, but being left as the only one who remembers. Sometimes I wonder how it all would have been if I'd done things differently. If I'd taken fewer night shifts, if I'd gone to more school plays, if I'd told Sandra more often that she was the best thing that ever happened to me. But that's life. You make decisions with what you know in that moment, and you don't always know enough. So if you're listening to this and you still have time, use it, not tomorrow, today. Call that family member, go to that dinner, say the thing you've been holding back because I didn't do it enough. And I live with that every day. But here I am, 78 years old, trailer number 14, dog with a gray muzzle, neighbor who waves from her porch, and I still get up every morning, not because I'm brave, not because I have some special secret. I get up because Rudy needs to eat. I get up because the coffee smells good, even if there's no one to drink it with. I get up because outside, the oak tree still leans over the roof like it's watching over me, and for some reason, I like that. I get up because I still have days. And as long as I have days, I still have story. If someone is listening to this and recognizes their own life, in my words, I want you to know something. Growing old alone is not a failure. It is not a punishment. It doesn't mean no one loved you or that you didn't matter. Sometimes life simply turns out this way. Paths separate. People leave. And you're left with what you built on the inside. And that what you built on the inside, no one can take from you. Not time, not silence, not even loneliness. Tonight, when I turn off the light and Rudy climbs onto the bed and the crickets are outside and the park is dark and still, I'm going to close my eyes and remember Sandra laughing in that small kitchen, and I'm going to smile because I had that, and not everyone can say so. Good evening, I'm Earl Hutchins, space number 14, and I'm still here.